As a parent, you may not notice the early signs of autism in your child until it is almost too late. But here's the truth. By the end of this video, you will understand 7 key factors that a behavior therapist like me can use to detect autism early. My name is Ha. I am a behavior analyst specialized in working with kids with autism. And my goal today is to help you better understand your child. So let's dive in. The first red flag is something parents often overlook, which is limited eye contact. Studies show that infants as young as 6 months old diagnosed with autism have much less eye contact compared to neurotypical babies. While neurotypical infants naturally glance to their caregivers for emotional cues, an autistic child will often get fixated on objects rather than people. The second sign is lack of response to their name. When infants older than 12 months old don't respond to their name, it is a strong indicator of autism in about 75% of cases. The third sign is rigidity in routine. If a child gets upset about a small change in their routine, in their food, because they only like to eat certain kind of food, or they only like certain kind of textures, or if they want a specific item like a blanket, then there's a 75% chance autism could be the cause. On to the next one, lack of social referencing. Most babies engage socially by 8 to 10 months of age. They will start looking to others for social cues, but children with autism show a lack of interest in others, which can be an early sign. Another key factor is joint attention deficit. In 80 to 90% of children with autism, when an adult say, "Look," and point to something, they don't follow the gestures. This is a crucial sign that a behavior therapist will look for. Next one, unusual repetitive behaviors or stimming. These include behaviors like hand flapping, rocking the body back and forth, or obsessively spinning objects. Studies show that 60 to 80% of children who engage in these behaviors will later be diagnosed with autism. The next one is deficit in nonverbal communication, specifically by the usage of gestures. By 12 to 18 months of age, children should be waving or showing things to others. If they're not doing that, it's often an early sign of autism. Many children with autism also struggle with eye-hand coordination, which also limits their ability to communicate using gestures. You're almost at the end, just 2 more to go. Sensory sensitivity is our next factor. Up to 95% of children with autism experience heightened sensitivity to sound, lights, textures. So if your child constantly covers their ears when there's a loud noise, or cover their eyes for the bright light, that could be sensory overload. Finally, loss of skills or regression. This is a major red flag. Around 18 to 24 months, many children with autism show regression. That means that they lose their previously acquired abilities. For example, they used to know certain words, now they don't have those words, or they used to engage in certain games, now they don't play anymore, or they don't know how to play. So you may be wondering, why does toy play matter? The reason is that during an autism evaluation, we observe how a child interacts with toys. A neurotypical child might use a toy to engage and share experience with others, and they also explore the environment too. They tend to play with the toys functionally, such as using a toy phone as a phone, while an autistic child may only focus and pick up one toy, and they might be obsessed with that toy, and they don't necessarily share that play experience with others. So how do behavior therapists differentiate autism from shyness or late development? We look for patterns of behaviors over time. So for example, a child who is shy might warm up after repeated exposures to a new environment or to new people, but a child with autism consistently avoids or struggles with social interaction. Similarly, late development children will try to communicate with gestures or facial expressions, but autistic children, most of the time, they won't attempt these. Now, if you're considering therapy for your child, here's what you need to know. Children who start therapy before age 3 make significantly greater progress in communication and social skills. The first step for you is to document your child's behaviors and the challenges. And then you seek an assessment with a pediatrician who is specialized in autism. As a behavior analyst, I also collaborate with physicians quite often to conduct diagnostic evaluations and other evaluations. We also perform functional behavior assessments to determine the reasons behind your child's behaviors and create an intervention plan based on that. I am so glad you stayed until the end of this video. It means that you care about understanding your child better. Don't forget to subscribe for more helpful tips. See you next time.